Rocky and Bullwinkle, classic cartoon. So of course they'd make a game out of it, of course! They make video games based on everything. They have video games based on every TV show known to man. Games based on movies, games based on books, games based on the out-of-body experiences of Audrey Eisenstein. Hell, they even have board game video games. We already have the board games, why do I need Monopoly but in digital form? And with the exception of a handful of them, most of these games are terrible. Except strangely enough the board game ones, they're pretty harmless. But most of these movie and TV show games just suck. Terminator, Addams Family, Wayne's World, all terrible. So yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle. I'm sure I'm in for quite a treat. Okay, the game doesn't even give me time to ogle at how crappy the title screen looks. Look, that is literally how long it stays on the title screen before it goes to the demo. It's like they knew how bad it looked, and so they just wanted to take my attention away from it as soon as possible. Don't let that fool you into thinking the rest of the game's gonna be any better, though. It's lazy. It's so lazy looking. It's so ugly. The NES was capable of a lot more than this. This literally looks like it was drawn in MS Paint, with a mouse, while wearing a blindfold. How do you even draw clouds that look that bad? I mean, I actually don't get how they think those clouds were good looking enough to put in even a bad game. The graphics for this game look like something somebody whipped up on the spot to like show the artists what they wanted them to create. Like, oh yeah, some trees over here and I don't know, blue sky and clouds and the hills could be like platforms and stuff. So there you go, chop chop. This looks like the rough draft, and then the artists who were supposed to make it look better either got lazy, quit, or died, so they just decided to ship the game as it was. And I know that Rocky and Bullwinkle wasn't the best looking show around, so you know what, fine. Even if the game doesn't have very good graphics, it still works if the gameplay is solid. So yeah, it doesn't work. Right off the bat, the control is annoying. You can pick up bombs by pressing down and throw them with B, but you have to be standing in the exact correct position and you have to be looking in the right direction or it just won't work. If you're not doing it correctly, then he'll just bend over like an idiot. The camera is constantly against you, showing more of what's behind you than what you're blindly running towards. I find myself running and stopping constantly just to let the camera catch up to me. Boris is throwing these bombs at me, there's bombs falling from the sky, bombs laying on the ground, and my attack to combat all this insanity is throwing bombs in an arch. And they need to sit there and explode before they can even hit anything. It's a horrible attack. Not only do you have to know how big the arch is going to be and where the bomb's going to land, but then they have to sit there for a while before they can even explode and hurt the guy. I mean, really, this attack is almost useless. Most enemies in this game don't even seem like they can be killed. I hit this lizard thing a few dozen times and he's still walking. The controls are just about as stiff as they look. This isn't fun. And listen to that 7-second loop that they're trying to pass off as music. Beautiful soundtrack this game has, up there with the greats. Move over, Shadow of the Colossus. Make way for Rocky and Bullwinkle. Oh god, the second part of this level somehow looks even uglier. The camera's a big problem at this part, since you have to avoid touching these rats. I don't even know where my finishing goal is in this level. This is a maze. In the next part, the music finally changes. Yeah, surprisingly it's not much better. In this level there's a bunch of buzzsaws on the ground, and this guy's throwing bombs at me from above. I'm so close to the ceiling that it's hard to avoid them, and when you get hit by them they screw up your controls, making you dizzy or something, which always causes me to run into a saw. I can't make this jump. It's impossible. Plus there's bombs falling down on the left and there's an electric thingy on the right. I've got to be missing something here. Oh, you press the select button to switch between the two characters. So, okay, the flying squirrel can make it over, I'm sure. Great. I can't figure out how to make him fly. And it's not even really flying, it's more like just a bigger jump. And now I get the great honor of starting over. I get to play it all again. Yay! Yay! And oh, great. I went down the stairs that I just came from, and I died. Thanks for the indication that that would happen, game. Thanks. It's official. Moose are not able to walk downstairs. And squirrels cannot fly. Doesn't stop them from being little assholes and stealing the bird seed, though, but they can't fly. Okay, so even after getting all the way back here and figuring out Rocky's jump, this part is still very difficult. Oh god, you have to land on these little white things on the top of these UFOs, I think? I'm just gonna call them UFOs. They're UFOs. While also trying to survive all of these electric things and bombs falling from the sky. Alright, I finally made it to level 2. I'm on a train. And for some reason, the clouds are black. Of course, I forgot the fundamental laws of reality that say that perception multiplied by 127 mph divided by the Pythagorean theorem over pi equals clouds are freaking black. You know what? I'm just thinking I'm probably in for more of the same, so you know what? I think I'm done. I'm gonna guess that it ends with a screen that says, "You did it! You completed the adventure," and it'll have a picture of their faces or something. And the word completed will probably be spelt wrong. There, that's the ending. I beat it. Do I even need to explain to you people why this game is bad? I feel like anybody who's watching this and still needs an explanation will probably actually enjoy the game. Okay, where'd I put Microcosm? That really hit the spot right about now. Actually, Microcosm will have to wait. I also have Rocky and Bullwinkle on Sega Genesis. Come on, Blast Processing, show us what you're made of. Well, the title screen looks better. Oh, but I'm not gonna let that fool me. No, positive. I have to think positive. This one's gonna be better. It's gonna be an improvement. I want an improvement. Oh no! Well, it's an improvement, alright. But that don't make it any good. It looks like instead of making a good, solid platformer, they decided to just throw in a million enemies and obstacles just to make it difficult. Good level design. At first, I was having trouble climbing these mountains without getting hit by the many enemies, until I figured out that jumping all the way up as fast as you can pretty much works perfectly. Hear that, all you mountain climbers out there? The best way to climb a mountain, jumping. The platforming here is so tedious. The platforms are so small. They're literally smaller than how wide the sprite of my character is. And there it is, I did it. I beat the first level. Took all of my lives, but I did it. If you thought mountain climbing was too easy, what? No, I didn't! That was tedious and it was not fun. I had to break boulders with my head while constantly jumping over and trying to keep mountain goats from killing me. Why would I think that that was easy? That was like the most dangerous mountain climbing trip ever. And I die. I guess the blast processing was just too much for me. This game is definitely better than the NES one, but it's still not very good. It's extremely mediocre, boring, and frustrating. God damn it, why does it seem like Capcom was the only company at the time that was able to make TV show tie-in games good? Almost all of the other ones suck. Thankfully, this one sucked so much that it's probably gonna be a while before another TV show-based video game comes around that sucks and pisses me off nearly this much. Oh! Oh yeah, and the box art sucks too.